trying to make sure you guys can hear me. What the heck is this thing doing? Okay. I think I'm back now. Wait for a minute to see if I get you guys back, because that just, I don't even know what that was. Okay, yeah, my thing went really weird for a second. I don't even know what that was. Okay. So I'm gonna go back into what I was saying with this daily thing before it went kind of bonkers. But what I was saying is looking over at where Venus is right now, because obviously we're having this healing energy coming through with Chiron. Okay, quit clicking things and dragging it. But having this energy in 7th house energy and it being Venus is really putting this emphasis on relationships. And with it being in Sagittarius, it's really making us focus on the relationships that have taught us lessons, anything dealing with shadow work, things like that. But it's also helping us realize that we have freedom to actually walk away, like, you know, that traveling energy, that movement, like I was talking about earlier. Oh, my throat. Like I was talking about earlier. So this is going to help us actually move on from certain things, but it's also going to make us seek, because seeking that knowledge is going to make us actually seek out relationships that really help us build more knowledge, help us learn what it is we really want to learn with going through these different changes. Now, one thing that is happening today, it will change because the moon moves rather quickly, is that there is this opposition between Neptune and the moon, and this thing's actually pretty much conjunct right on my 26 degree Virgo moon. Probably why I'm feeling like I need to do this random cleaning and organizing shit today. But this opposition going between Virgo and Pisces energy and needing to balance those energies, as well as Neptune is in its ruling, or Neptune Pisces, pretty much same energy, and then it opposing Moon in Virgo, which Virgo is also very feminine energy. So having these two feminine energies opposing each other is like us trying to balance these feminine energies. And what this is making me think of is the High Priestess in tarot, where it's balancing those intuitive abilities, that knowledge, but also being able to see beyond certain things, which is what these, like, connecting spiritual Neptune with this deep subconscious moon, and like really getting down into our emotions and tapping into that and learning that balance is what's going to teach us this compassion. Because through learning through our own selves and going through, especially with it being in Virgo moon is very amount it's a large amount of this, but it's about really looking into your own emotions, being able to compartmentalize them, kind of put them where they need to go. You can almost organize them in a way that helps you see very objectively. But it's also a good energy for helping you clean out the clutter that is really sitting on you emotionally, which goes really well with these energies right here. But also it's forming this square with this Venus over here at an exact degree of 25. This is going to bring a lot of introspection, like I said, with relationships. This is going to be at the forefront, where at the moon it was more health, like really focusing on health. Right now it's going to be relationships and communities really at the focus right now. And it's being pulled up because literally this is the way it's going to change, is as we heal ourselves, we start moving into healing relationships. And there's actually a T-square sitting here with Venus too, so this just is bringing a lot of challenge, like I was saying, to these relationships. It's feeling almost like you're literally being pulled towards doing these things, even if you don't really want to, especially with Capricorn energy. It's not like you necessarily want to sit here and talk about relationships. It's like you want to talk about ambitions and things you want to get done. But things are being transformed into realizing that dealing with these relationship issues, or learning to find your community that actually helps you grow, is what the goal should be set as, because that's what's going to bring the most growth. Also, having the sun illuminating the 8th house over here, just bringing some light to some hidden things, possibly could be even dealing with the stuff that we're learning about, because having this energy is almost like building a foundation and understanding things we didn't really quite understand before, whether there were secrets that were kept from us or just dealing with other people's crap or things that we didn't understand before, even if it's with law. But it's like it's bringing light to a lot of different things right now. And it's making it to where we have the ambition to really go towards and learn about these things, instead of feeling like it's a very daunting task. It's almost like having that drive to really keep going towards it and understanding more, which is really aiding in this 9th house energy. It's almost like giving this purpose towards learning it. The whole energy of this chart, which is interesting, is Gemini. And obviously you need a lot of communication to be doing all of this, like, relationship community type energy. And having the North Node sitting in the 1st house is literally what people are seeing right now, is that pull towards needing to communicate on others, or they're literally projecting on you that you be the perfect person for them to talk to. Even if you're not feeling up to talking and you really just want some time to yourself, because a lot of us need introspection in order to get through these relationship things. Other of others of us are going to need to talk it out. Now, this energy is actually opposing the Venus energy, which is once again saying you need to bring some balance to this, because this right here with Gemini and Sagittarius is like now you're balancing out this need to communicate all these things you're learning in your relationships, and then also realizing which relationships aren't allowing that. And it's almost going to be like I was saying, it's a pole you can't really describe with having Pluto mixed in and this balance between Neptune and the moon. It's almost like an intuitive pole that you need to do this clearing out. A lot of this isn't going to move that much because it's a lot of outer planet energy. But the sun will keep changing. Aries is going to be moving into Taurus pretty soon. And of course the moon moves rapidly as well. We have some time of the sun and Mercury still being in Capricorn as well as Venus being in Sagittarius, but not like a whole long time. So this is pretty much what I'm going to say for today, but most of these energies aren't going to change that must. Yeah, some hygiene needs to be taken care of for some people, but definitely that is what's going on today. So, and probably for the week, to be honest with you, with how some of these aren't going to move that much. But I'm going to go ahead and switch over to this right here. Oh, I didn't turn my light on yet. I'm just over here kind of like chilling in the dark. I'm a little vampire, guys. Okay, so this is what we're going to be doing today. Once I make this get out of my way so I can pull up the correct thing. Okay, so now I can see. So this is going to be the pick a card for the new year. I don't know why it's going back and forth. Okay, there we go. But this is going to be the pick a card for the new year. And I'm just going to show you guys the cards, pull everything out. I'm going to be using the Black Moon Astrology for a little astrology in here. We got Tarot Divine, just in case some stuff wants to come from there. We got Soul's Journey, because I figure, 2021 is going to be a journey. I brought out the fairies because 2021 is an air party, so might as well have some fairies. And then just some spirit messages to see what comes out for the year. And I actually have the crystals behind each of these that we're going to be using as well. So let me go ahead and take each of these out. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my internet. It needs to like chill out a little bit. Okay, so how are are you guys feeling with what I was saying with the transits, though? Come out, please. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys each of the crystal choices, and then I'll do the singing triangle. So this one is tangerine or quartz. I really hope it's not jumping as bad as my stuff looks like it is, because that is actually very annoying. Don't worry, you guys didn't see what happened. Okay. I honestly don't know why it's lagging as bad as it is. Okay, so let's see. Can you guys see this bubby? Oh yeah. And this right here is some phantom quartz. Oh my goodness. Why are you being so choppy, huh? We can't have choppy all day. Let me check. It might be something in my settings. No, it's fine. What the heck is going on here? Let me see if that helps. Hopefully it does. Okay. don't know why this internet wants to be so funky today. But this one right here is citrine. And then we have this large fluorite. Hopefully it just gets over itself and stops freezing, because I don't know what it is doing right now. But see my ring light all on that one. I really don't know why my video's doing that. But those are what we have. You can start recognizing crystals. Yeah, that's awesome though. So I'm going to go ahead and do the singing triangle. Oh, not yet. I'm going to go ahead and do the singing triangle while you guys are looking at those. And then I'm going to go ahead and get into the readings. Hi, Gloria. Okay. Oh, you know what? It has been storming here. So that could actually be what it is. I didn't think about that. I'm over here like, what the heck is wrong with everything? So let's go ahead. We're gonna put tangerine quartz up there and put our other lovelies over here while we do the reading. So for those of you that chose the tangerine or quartz, ow, or if you just have like a number 1 through 4, you can do that too if you come in late. Because I know sometimes joining late is like, what the heck were the crystals? So if you're pulled to like a number 2, you can go that way. If you know it's going to be like a pick a card day. But hopefully this thing starts not jumping around and like clears itself up, because this is like actually kind of annoying. Maybe I just need a fresh connection or something. Okay, let's see if that works better. Okay, on my screen it's starting to look better. I don't know if it's going to stay doing that or if it's going to start messing up. But we're going to go with this and just start jumping into it. So, first thing we have out with the tangerine or quartz pile is 5th house reversed with creativity. Leo, which rules the 1st house, not the 1st house, the 5th house, the I will energy, like, you know, I will like accomplish what I set out to do kind of energy. That confidence is reversed as well, which is interesting because you guys, I'm pretty sure, have been learning that the color of crystals tends to correspond to certain chakras, and this is a lovely golden amber color, and we're having sacral and solar plexus energies jump out already. Then we have Aquarius, I know, in reverse. This pile for your forecast, it seems like you have a lot of uncertainty, a lot of fear about allowing yourself to really be creative. But with this Mars energy coming out here, it's almost like you gotta almost literally push past your fears. It's almost like going to battle with your fears here. But also, this can be some of you that are feeling very pushed in a corner, like you're not able to express yourself, probably surrounded by certain people that have that Mars energy I was telling you about, that are really not wanting to listen, that are wanting to be combative and pretty much like a wall to any of your ideas. And it really makes you uncertain in your own knowing because of you trying to do this. Now, with this energy, it's really, what is my thing doing? I'm trying to talk. You're still up. Okay. This thing needs to stop going haywire. I would appreciate it. But, for those of you that are going through dealing with these people that have these issues where they're not wanting to listen and coming up against the brick wall, don't let them make you feel like your heart's desires are not important or that you don't know what's best for you, because a lot of these naysayers are going to come along and try to literally force what they feel you should be on you, and they're going to be really pushy in communicating that. And these are people that really didn't take this Aries energy with Mars, with it being there pretty much all year, like going back and forth retrograde, to really sit and learn how to express their anger in a healthy way, to be able to sit with themselves and be still in their energy and not feel like they're going crazy, because that also is a big problem when you feel like you have so much antsy energy. It's almost like it comes out like word vomit on people, and it's like that's the way you express yourself, is by literally forcing your way and your will onto others while you're feeling really insecure and very upset. Now, also with this Aquarius energy and having it connecting in this way where it's like, yes, we are going to feel like we don't know everything as we're having all of our belief systems kind of changed around and we're learning these new things. But that's actually a good thing. Like, if we're acting like we know everything, we're not going to be open to learning these new things. And that's the energy we're in. Learn, take in as much as you can, whether it's with relationships, whether it's literally your own knowing. Really try to expand those. And anyone that's trying to keep you in a box is really trying to hold off your creative spark. So just know that you aren't meant to be dimmed right now. Let me see what the heck. You guys are still there, right? I didn't lose you. I swear, this thing is just being so bonkers today. But, anyways, the bottom of the deck energy is we have the lunar eclipse and change, but it's reversed. With this energy coming out, we're not going to be having another eclipse until like starting in like Gemini season is when we're going to start having eclipses again, because the nodes are in Gemini and Sagittarius. So during this time, it's almost like it's saying if you're resistant to change and you haven't really put in the work before getting probably about halfway through the year and really started clearing out this energy, or if it's your energy, started working on the energy, this is going to create a block for what's trying to be brought in with this new energy, because this is going to be the energy that's been gathered since the last eclipses that happened in Sagittarius season. So it's really going to be bringing all that together, like what did you learn, what have you applied, what ways have you changed things in your life to make it to where you have moved on from certain energies or certain relationships that really weren't helping you and were stifling you. So if you're able to go through and make these changes, what will end up happening is, instead of having a blocked off eclipse energy starting to go through the middle of the year, it'll actually be able to boost your energy, especially since these eclipses are going to be happening in air stelliums, because Gemini is going to be having a stellium riding through, as well as having the eclipse happen. So there's going to be an eclipse on May 26th, if I'm remembering right, that is going to be like connected to a lot of Gemini things, including the sun. There's just going to be a freaking stellium happening. It's a lot of air energy, and plus it's new moon energy, and it's going to be a blood new moon. So there's a lot of energy sitting at this. And if you're refusing to change or allow new energy in, this is going to be a big block for what could actually help you at this time. So since this is a forecast, I think this is really trying to help those that don't understand what they're trying to be doing with this energy, because since this is like halfway into next year, they're bringing up and talking about, and plus them bringing up Leo so heavily, I feel like this energy is going to carry through June and July, like May, June, July kind of energy. I mean, definitely with eclipse energy, that's what happens. But it's going to be all about uplifting and bringing your creativity out instead of letting others like smash it out, and plus you repressing it with your own anger that you need to allow yourself to learn from, especially since Mars is finally going to be moving into different signs. It's actually going to start giving us different ways that we're dealing with our impulses, with our drive and our energy. Like different things are going to start playing out in Mars energy as this goes on throughout the year. Now, let's go into the fairies and see what they want to say for this New Year forecast. And if any of you that picked this have heavy Gemini or Sagittarius or prominent placements with those, you're definitely going to be feeling the eclipses too, which is why this is being called out as so important. Now, let's see what see, this right here, first thing out, we have flourish, and it being reversed on this fifth house energy that is being stifled is like you're literally stunting your creativity by not choosing to do this. Because, like, flourish isn't just about, like, creating. It's also being able to sit in the beauty of it. This is reminding me of Jupiter energy, which at the time of this eclipse is going to be trining a whole bunch of Gemini energy. So, definitely, if you have Libra in your chart, this could also just be you're getting a whole bunch of grand air trines activated at this time as well. So if you haven't been working on these things, it's going to be very stuck energy. But this is definitely having that energy of, like, if you put the work in, you're going to get blessings for it. And it's like a timeline for you guys. We have shine from within coming out on Leo. I will shine from within. Like, I was telling you guys, you can't be dimming yourselves. Like, if you guys pick this pile and you're really being pushed down by others, or you're feeling inadequate because of what's going on right now, especially collectively, because, like I said, some people are just not in a good space right now, going through certain things. Don't allow where they are emotionally, where they are energetically, to take from what you're trying to do. Especially if it seems like you guys are probably like a huge part of the air party, even having Aquarius in here. You guys are meant to be creating, meant to be really letting yourself shine right now. It's not time to be letting people who have nothing but hate come in and just be like, you shouldn't be doing anything. It's like there should be a huge change that should be showing by the middle of the year for you. And if not, it's almost like, I have a feeling you guys are literally going to be forced into change if you did not embrace it during the first half of the year. It's almost like you're going to get the Aquarius Saturn as a personal Saturn return for the rest of the year, if you decide not to use the beginning of the year energy to really focus on making the change yourself. I honestly don't know where that came from, but I got chills when I said it. So for those of you that aren't listening and you want a mini mock Saturn return, or if you're actually in your Saturn return, then if you choose to ignore this message, then this is kind of how your year's going to play out. So let's get a little more info here. See, Aquarius energy, this I know energy, having transformation. This is what I was trying to tell you guys with the Pluto aspects here, especially coming out with Mars squaring it. This energy is all about transformation, and some people really aren't going to want to listen to what you're learning. Because having the Aquarius I know and having it reversed is almost like, as you're going through your transformations, it's like that doubt getting put there, like, do I really know what I'm talking about with that Mercury conjunction right now? And that's going to be really pushing into this new energy, because as time goes on and you're working through this transformation process, if you're really getting hammered down by certain aspects, because Mars is going to move into Taurus, as well as this communication energy is going to be moving into Aquarius as well, with Mercury moving into Aquarius. So these squares are going to stay there, but they're going to be traversing different energies as it's going. And then, of course, once Mercury moves into Aquarius, there's an Aquarius stellium, and we're going to be having new and full moons in Aquarius energy as well. So there's even more Aquarius energy. Like I was saying, air stelliums all year. But this coming out here means that, like I was saying, if you're having your Saturn return, major transformation. If you aren't listening to what this is trying to bring you, and you don't harness the energy to a productive way that really helps you come out instead of letting things be suppressed, then you're kind of going to be forced into it, like a forced hand. Because having Saturn traveling around and having grand air trines just being like, especially at the end of the year, because even if you don't have Libra placements, that's probably why this is happening, why it came up. If you don't have Libra placements, then what's going to happen is when everything goes into Libra and there's the Libra stellium and we're having the Libra new and full moons, what's going to end up happening And even in Aries season, we're going to have a little bit of Libra energy, but not full on Libra season energy, but there's still going to be that essence of a Libra full moon being in there. But since some of us might actually not have Libra, for those of you that it's not a Saturn return, what's going to happen at the end of the year or towards the end of the year, it's only going to be a couple months after this Gemini energy. When we get this Libra energy, you guys are definitely, because they're the North Nodes and Gemini, and we have some Aquarius energy with Saturn and Jupiter over here, you guys are going to, well, Jupiter might be in a different sign because of retrograde and stuff. I can't remember off the top of my head, but definitely Saturn's going to be there. So with the Libra stellium, there's definitely going to be grand air trines. And if they weren't activated before Libra, then they're going to be getting activated after this eclipse season. So that could be why things start popping off if you haven't actually started putting in this work, because you've already been kind of given the first half of the year as a chance to kind of do it on your own, and then having an activation because of transits that you can't get away sitting on your chart, because these are transits forming these. So everyone will have it. But depending on what you've done with it is what's going to happen here. Because if you've worked on it and you didn't like run away from the change, you're actually going to have the energy to go through these transformations that are going to help you walk out of this needing to dim your light. And I don't know why I was hearing this with this card. It's almost like this is celebration reversed, but it's not saying good things won't happen. What this is saying is pretty much like, don't celebrate before, like, you know, everything is, you know, as it should be. Don't like count your chickens before they're hatched. Like all this kind of energy of like, don't get ahead of yourself with this Mars energy, which makes a lot of sense. It's like, before you start really jumping in, like, make sure that everything is in a line. And it really goes with the energy of this year, with making sure you're analyzing, making sure you're organized, making sure you're in that Mercury energy where you're thinking, where things are making sense, where you're gaining knowledge and you're putting it to use. Because if you're just jumping ahead and you're deciding not to do this work or trying to learn from what's going on around you, and you just jump into something being like, oh, this worked out great, more than likely something can fall apart. That's kind of what this is warning about here. It's like, make sure you know what you're doing, all your I's dotted, T's crossed, everything, before you just kind of let go and let it be what it's going to be with that. And then bottom of the deck energy, which is interesting, we have light, but it's reversed. I mean, it's pretty much really calling you guys out, like, with this change thing. It's like, if you are not letting the light out, I mean, there's so much here about light. Like, there really is. Like, the creativity, the Leo, shine from within. Literally a card that says light. Like, this is really trying to show you guys that if this is being stifled, this is what's going to happen. Like, you're either choosing change or you're waiting for forced change. I know some of us are tired of having forced change happen to us. So, more than, it's like, you need to jump on it. Because I know for sure I am tired of having forced change, so I'm trying to take things in my own hands. That's why I'm trying to eat healthier. If I feel bad, I'm trying to rest. It's like, you have to really take the handle here. And if there's things you need to get done, do them. Yeah, this energy coming out, we have temperance in reverse, with this flourish and creativity being blocked, like all this kind of energy. There, obviously, it's an imbalance, like, and I really feel like I've been saying for you guys, this is like some lower chakra energy, because it's a lot about confidence, it's a lot about expression, feeling secure, being able to really do these things, and the whole thing about not counting the chickens before they're hatched, being like really being rooted in a foundation that's really secure, not just kind of, you know, this seems kind of okay, but it's like tipping in different directions. It's not really fully stable. It's really warning against doing those type of things, and like being able to clear those out, and it'll help you feel the stability to where you don't feel like you need to rush ahead with things. Like you'll be okay with the pace because you'll feel more stable. And this could also be a lot of feminine energy healing, like I was talking about with that moon Neptune energy that's happening today. Those types of energies, especially if you have a Virgo moon or you have planets in Virgo that are actually part of that opposition with Neptune, it's really trying to call for you to balance out your feminine energies. So let's see. Then we have Eight of Wands. So this is why the 6 months thing's coming up. Some of in the impatience, like this is being repeated multiple times with this impatience energy. Things are going to move slow. Yes, you will be getting messages. Some of them you're probably not gonna like too much. But it's needing to work through these energies. It's needing to find the balance and realize, okay, these things are moving slower for me because there's things I'm supposed to be learning right now. I'm supposed to be understanding that once I heal this energy, especially if there's a lot of emotional wounds, a lot of traumas, these things need to really be healed for you to feel comfortable in showing these sides of yourself, because if they're not healed, what's going to happen is the toxic side of feminine energy comes out. The insecurity, the envy, the jealousy, the lack of drive, all these kinds of things just start coming out. The getting ahead of yourself and just expecting others to kind of fall in line with it. It's like it can become very toxic because that's what you're putting on people, are emotional bursts, as opposed to being able to communicate your emotions through compassion, which is like the healed feminine energy, because you heal others when you're talking to them, when you've been healing your own feminine energy. I'm telling you, you guys are going through this beginning of the year, beginning of 2021, is just major healing of stuff that kind of carried over from 2020. It's like tying up the loose ends, the things that have really been holding you back. If you're trying new things and still like really feeling insecure about it, it's like really trying to help you wipe away those memories that put that there in the first place. It's almost like your transformation is literally going through this air energy and being able to use it to your advantage, even if it feels like very rough for you, depending on how the placements are being aspected in your chart. This energy itself is all about allowing yourself to go through the growth without judging yourself, how it looks while you're going through it. Don't try to compare yourself to other people or listen to how they're telling you it needs to look. It's your own time that you need to do this. And see, we got some Six of Wands energy coming out. You guys, this is like this public recognition, getting rewards for doing this work, going through this transformation, really anchoring yourself down in what you know, and then learning more about what you don't know. It's like there's getting a lot of just admiration for it. And this is from your group. Like, this is going to be a group of like your community, your friends, especially coming with this Aquarius energy. It's like the people that are supporting you through these endeavors are really there to be part of like your cheerleading team. Like, because this Six of Wands really shows a warrior here, because she's like just going through and the rest of her warriors are following her. Like, you know, she's leading the flock here. So there isn't this, I don't know why there's so, well, we're in air energy. I'm over here talking about chickens and flocks and all. But, this energy is being able to move out of this unbalanced energy that was caused by a lot of emotional pain, because, you know, obviously the past was extremely painful and things fell apart that were actually very beautiful in a sense, possibly because of different communications and people just having very angry outbursts and not being able to want to see out of their own points of view. And when those things happen, it really hurts, especially when it's really close people to you that you felt really supported you. But the people that are there for you are going to be there no matter what you're doing. Because we got the Wheel of Fortune. Things are moving right along here. And like I was saying, rewards, opportunities, but like I was saying, this is coming out on that celebration thing. Yes, these opportunities are coming in, things are moving forward, there's a lot of changes happening, but don't get ahead of yourself. Make sure that as these things are coming in, that it's actually worth your time, because time is very valuable this year. It's something that really needs to be respected, because this year can literally fly by if you're not paying attention to what you're doing, and it'd be a huge waste of the energy. Even though some people are going to feel really bogged down, like it's taking for freaking ever for things to move. For this group, if you start doing this work before the eclipse, things are going to be moving rapidly as you're trying to do this work. Even though it feels like it's taking forever, actual time is going to be moving faster, because Aquarius with Saturn rules time. So things are going to be moving more rapidly. But the thing is, if you're not doing this work, it's going to feel even slower. And once you get to this phase, because you've been putting off the work, it's going to hit you that much harder. Because now it's like you possibly kind of, I don't know, maybe you did some work and you went off half-baked kind of thing. Like, oh, I did it. I did some good stuff. I'm feeling like light as a feather. I don't need to do more. And then, eclipse season comes around and it's like you get some major awakenings and things making you go through stuff, and you're like, oh man, I didn't deal with this shit. I didn't think it was going to bother me. If you're thinking that it's just going to go away on its own, you need to step up, because the universe is expecting some Queen of Cups energy out of you people. Because this is like self-care, intuition, nourishing, nurturing, knowing what others around you need, like empathically, but also knowing boundaries and how to not let others just completely stomp all over you. Like, this is moving into some really beautiful energy. So, I mean, I don't doubt anyone that picked this pile won't get to this. It's just you're going to have different hurdles, and how you choose to go about actually getting to this energy is like you're either going to make it easier on yourself by choosing to do this yourself instead of waiting and putting it off and procrastinating, or yeah, you got two queens here, and having this Wands energy, like having Queen of Wands, Six of Wands, Queen of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, like this is, I mean, it's a lot of opportunities and recognition and confidence. Like, this is literally what you guys are trying to do. It's like, know what you're talking about, feel comfortable in it, like really heal yourself, because this seems like I was saying, it's a lot of feminine energy healing. And then getting that confidence back, this Queen of Wands energy, getting that Leo energy back in your creativity. It's like getting a groove back almost. But it's being able to walk into this energy. It's like Queen of Wands is literally like you're walking into a light energy, and you guys feeling so blocked off from your light. It's like this is what you're trying to walk into this year. But it really depends, the timing of it depends on what you choose to do. It's either going to be happening before this lunar eclipse, and the lunar eclipse is literally going to just catapult it forward, or if you guys are resisting change, the lunar eclipse is just going to be like, okay, you can't get away from it anymore, and they're just going to have their heyday with it. So let's see what your spiritual messages are for my Okay. Tangerine aura quartz. Take a moment. First thing that comes out. You guys take a moment, breathe, and there's butterflies all in this too with that transformation energy. It's like, and this even says don't rush into, like, there's a lot about you guys like having patience for yourself, especially since like the Aries energy is very like, you know, like the I energy, like like you personally energy. This is like you needing to slow down before you make these really huge decisions, like really tap more into your intuition and not be pushed by others into making these decisions, because you know what's right. And with this coming out with these messages, you could be getting a lot of messages that are making you doubt yourself, as well as with temperance coming out, it's like feeling a lot of blockages when you're trying to connect to how you feel spiritually. But it's really saying just take some time for yourself, because having all these blocks needs time. And being able to work through each of these things, especially since stillness really helps pull out this Queen of Cups energy, is going to be very important for you guys. This coming out over here is literally speaking of that energy I was telling you about with relationships, and some of them are just going to need to go. I feel for you guys, this taking a moment is going to make you realize just how some of the people that you have relationships with actually like tear you down. They like really drain your energy. They might have been a very close, or still can be a very close emotional attachment that you have that brought you a lot of happiness. But the thing is, that's not happening anymore, and it's more detrimental to you to hang on to these, because you're slowly losing yourself, if not feeling like you really lost yourself and you don't know how to find yourself right now. This is a very big year for you guys to really step into being authentic to who you are, like taking all these lessons you learned from 2020 and really, you know, wiping the slate clean here, so that way going out of 2021 you guys aren't in that energy anymore. And then we have Animal Kingdom reversed here. This is interesting energy, especially coming out with trying to move from this energy where the relationships are draining you and into this energy of relationships that are very rewarding and helping you learn and grow. This is making me think very instinctual, not just like about animals. Some of you probably healing with getting a pet or something like that would be beneficial if you don't have pets in the home. But this could also be, don't block out your instincts, because they are part of your intuition. And when you feel like you know something and you actually follow that instinct, that's where you're going to get recognition. If you block it off, you're blocking off other people not only seeing your point of view, but also being able to learn and understand something different. So don't feel like you don't have anything to offer. If you feel compelled to say something, say it. Just because you don't know everything doesn't mean that you don't have something worthy to add to a conversation, to add to a topic. You might help someone click and have an aha moment that's struggling but too scared to say something. So don't deny yourself if you're actually getting told you need to speak up and stay connected. This is pretty much just coming straight from guides here with this coming out, because this stay connected coming out with recognition, the Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Cups energy, going through transformation and not really like giving up, is pretty much like that take a moment energy. Like, have a moment to yourself. Make sure you're staying connected and grounded, and realizing that your intuition is so important right now. Also, if you are staying more in tune and things are happening that are really pushing you into trying to do things, being able to discern between someone else's voice pushing you and your intuition coming in and help like keep you aligned with what you're trying to do is going to be a lot easier, especially if you actually ask for help in that area. Now, we have I'm telling you guys this and you get find your center. So it's literally saying your outside world is a reflection and manifestation of what's going on inside you at this time. When the outside world becomes so hectic and stressful that your anxiety starts to overwhelm you, then this is an ideal moment to stop and ask, when was the last time I checked in with myself? I usually don't read the stuff on these cards, but this one just straight up was like a read me or kind of energy. But with this coming out, it's like I was saying, like, this pretty much confirms that it is the lower chakras, because this is straight like root stability energy coming out with this find your center. And with it being upright, this is where you start. This is where you guys are able to find the security in yourselves if you start working on this. Because you honestly can't take a moment or a break from the world if you can't find your own center, because you're just going to keep getting pulled into everything that's going on outside of you instead of focusing on the internal, which is going to lead you the right way. Follow your internal compass, not all the 50 million compasses everyone else is throwing at you. Now, this one that came out is service, and it's reversed. Now, this is interesting because the house of service is the 6th house, and this has been a huge focus on 5th house energy being blocked off. Now, obviously, for some of you, I think this is a direct correlation that if you are blocking these off, it is negatively affecting your health, just because it's trying to tie back to that 6th house energy. But it could also be that you are stifling both giving and receiving, because you are not allowing yourself to come from a place of security to where you aren't looking like someone, like that paranoia thing where people are just doing this to get something out of me, or that I need to do this out of obligation. It's when you're coming from a free-flowing place and have this healed energy, you're not going to feel like you're always trying to balance something, because you will feel natural balance. And the only way you're going to be able to do this is being able to be alone with yourself, instead of feeling like you constantly either have to give or have to hide. Like, because this goes both ways. You can either be completely depleting yourself and you need to like take a step back and really breathe a little bit, or you're so closed off that you are nitpicking the crap out of yourself and you're not actually seeing that there's so much more outside of you. And it'd be a really big service to yourself if you start like opening your eyes and trying to learn ways to open these areas up in your life, instead of staying stuck in this energy. Now, this is very interesting. Leo is the energy that makes me think of the inner child, the fun-loving heart energy, and literally with this we get humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. We got more light coming out. But this is trying to say, to help with the confidence and to help work your way through these relationships, try to keep it where the ones that are good, you don't drag the bad energy into those relationships. Keep your humor in those relationships. You can talk about deep things and stuff that's going on, but don't lose your sense of humor. Don't lose the light or the silver lining that you see in everything. And also, don't forget to laugh and think of things that make you grateful throughout the day. Because being in that kind of energy helps bolster and really speed up the process of working through each of these blockages. So, and then self-esteem coming out over here, where I was telling you guys, it's another thing too with the self-esteem being put into the same energy as the Six of Wands. You need to also be comfortable with being your own cheerleader and not always needing outside influences to be what's cheering you on. And that really comes from having better self-esteem and really opening up that solar plexus chakra and being able to be comfortable. This is a lot of energy of being comfortable with going through new things, learning new things, and not being afraid to share new things with different communities. Because opening that up and being more instinctual and coming from a place of knowing that what you have to offer, like I was saying before, like don't feel like anything you say doesn't have a place, because it does. So if you're feeling called to say something, it could possibly be a gift to somebody else to hear this. So that's another way, since it seems like they're giving ways right here to work through these blockages. And then we have worry coming out here. Now, this coming out with the not celebrating kind of energy and realizing, I mean, there's this world energy, the Queen of Cups with our intuition, staying connected. This is trying to teach you that the anxiety and the worry that you put into certain things is really just impeding the process. Because if you remember what I read from the Find Your Center card over here, your outside world's a reflection of what you're doing. So if you are worrying and just putting this spin of all the worst possible outcomes on everything, and that's all you're focusing on, that's all you're looking for is the bad. You're not going to be grateful for any of the good. You're not going to be able to see the humor in situations because you're only looking for the bad in the situations. It's almost like you are searching to find any negative energy you can to pull it in. Now, this could also be a way to tell which relationships are not healthy for you. Because if you are in someone's presence and you're very comfortable, it helps you feel centered, and you feel like you can talk without being judged, obviously that is very healthy. Now, if there is someone you go around or a group of people you go around where you instantly get anxiety, you're worrying about what they're thinking about you, all these other things, it's pretty much making it to where that has a lot of control over you. And with this coming out with Mars energy, it can be expressed through outbursts, because this is very internalizing energy. It's like you're internalizing the worry, you're not talking about it, and you're just kind of letting it sit there. When in reality, the only thing that it's doing is it's just perpetuating that in your mind, this isn't going to get better. Like, this really reminds me of like Eight of Swords energy, like really chaining yourself to an outcome and then not seeing any opportunities because you're doing that. And bottom of the deck, we have Pride. What's interesting is on this card, when, like, the saying it has is, I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Now, with this being reversed, obviously, you guys are kind of in a place where you need to heal some things. You're not going to be seeing yourself as too lovable. There's probably some aspects of yourself you're really starting to like a lot, but then there's others that you're still running from, which this energy is like, no, you're not supposed to be running from these things right now. Which is that ego. It's that Leo pride energy. where it's like I'll just tuck my tail between my legs and go somewhere else. And even though that is low self esteem, that is still you protecting the ego by trying to run away from it, which is in a sense pride. Because it's like, if you, because this might be for a few of you since this randomly popped up, if you are getting recognition and you are getting attention from being a constant worry to other people, and you don't want to lose that, which I have been seeing on the internet, and you don't want to lose that energy or that following or whatever it is, because you literally get it from having other people worried about you, like whether it's your health or whatever it is, your situation. If you are not healing and you're just trying to collect that kind of energy, that's like a big red flag that your pride has really taken over and made the victim mindset your identity in order to keep getting what you need. So you're not going to heal or move from this area if you can't start seeing what you're doing to yourself and how you're damaging yourself, as well as what you're doing to other people. Don't go creating karma like this right now. It is not going to be pretty, because being knowledgeable about what you're doing, I am not speaking of people having mental illness and going through things like that and trying to understand themselves that way. I'm talking about the people that literally know what they're doing. Like, they know that the way they are using other people's energy is to like keep filling themselves up because they're refusing to look at their own demons. Then this is who I'm talking to. I am not talking to anybody that does not understand this and they're trying to figure out what is going on and they're doing the work. That is completely different. But if you know you're manipulating people by using literally this card, the worry card, like making people worried about you, then it's not going to end up well for you. Like, you might be the person that gets cut off from people because they realize that when they're around you, all you do is pull like these negative things and give them anxiety being around you because you're always worrying them. And this isn't to say that you need to hide yourself. It's like this card said over here. You need to check yourself. What energy are you in and what are you doing? So that's what I have for my Tangerine Aura Quartz. So let me read the properties of the Tangerine Aura Quartz. Okay, so it relates to the sacral chakra. It's very helpful for people dealing with issues with self-esteem, self-worth, and confidence issues. We're just gonna like start talking about each of the cards separately, I guess. It's also said to enhance and intensify sexual energies and unblock problems in that area of the body and energy field. Okay, so we're still talking about that as well. That's sacral energy. It really helps to get creative juices flowing, be that writing, painting, dancing, whatever your block is. This is said to help you get the energy to get moving again. Helps promote sweet energies. They actually have affirmations like I am worthy. Astrology sign, Leo and Libra. I don't know specific signs that I mentioned in here with Leo and Libra. So it's another confirmation for you guys. Also, as well as sacral to solar plexus chakra, like I was saying. Numbers are 3 and 5 if you connect to those numbers. So, creativity, creative expression, meditation, self-confidence, self-worth. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. So that is my tangerine ore quartz pile. So I'm going to go ahead and move into my phantoms. Kind of wondering which one Ruby chose. Though I like when you keep it a secret till the actual pile, which is kind of funny. Okay, so on to, I think I had you over there. We're gonna put our phantom quartz right here. Okay, so let's hop into our phantoms. Let's see what you got going on for the new year, guys. Immediate thing, we got some first house coming out with the body. I don't know why this is making me think of Owen like right off the bat, but he has that first house stellium. But let's see what else comes out here. You guys actually have the 5th house of creativity upright, so it's like Saturn truth. This is some major yeah, this is like the group that's kind of like a few steps ahead of the tangerine quartz group, because and having this moon energy reversed over here. This is very interesting because it's almost like you guys are already stepping into the energy where Saturn Aquarius definitely opened some stuff up for you guys. You were probably feeling the earth energy very heavy and it was very restrictive. Now moving into this air energy, it's almost like the block was lifted. And there is a lot of 5th house energy being activated with both Leo and the 5th house out here. But this energy being activated is for you to express creative truth, however you create, there's truth coming out in your creativity. But one thing to be careful of with you guys is losing focus on yourself, though this could also be you learning that what other people project onto you as what they feel you're giving out in the world isn't who you are in your soul, and you're becoming comfortable with that. Because having this moon soul card also being reversed is like making me feel this is very connected. It's almost like you realizing that people are not going to see what's in your soul. Even if they feel connected to what you're creating from is a very deep place. So they might only feel like the surface of what you're creating. It will click with some people on a soul level, but this is really about teaching you that not everyone is going to see you as you see yourself in your soul and what you're creating from. Some people will be purely attracted because of aesthetics and not because of substance. You have to learn not to let that bother you or impede your creative process. However people process things, they're meant to process it that way at that time. Not everyone is going to see what you are creating in the same light. Probably no one will, because it is of your own creation, of your own energy. There can be people that connect, but they're not going to completely understand your vision, which is why this is a lot of truth for you. Like, you're learning really a lot about yourself and a lot about how others project. And the more you walk into this energy and realize, just because people are putting a certain aspect on what they feel you are showing to the world doesn't necessarily mean that is what you are in your core. So don't try to attach your core to what people are seeing. The people that understand you on a core level are not going to be putting these projections on you, and that is something that you guys need to be learning right now. So either you guys have some heavy Leo placements, or you're having to learn to work through first house placements that are creating an unbalance, possibly in opposition to your Saturn, or maybe you have an okay, I'm saying that and these want to flip over. So this is coming out same color over here. Then we have fairy spotting, music, and pure intention. So, very interesting energy. I'm going to go ahead and stay right here, because having first house energy over here and this reversal of manifestation, what immediately I'm feeling here, especially with the same color, is that what you are creating is not what people are seeing. Like I was saying, like, you are manifesting something completely different from what people are literally looking at you and seeing. And you need to not let that deter you from what you are, like, your soul alignment here. Because having this creativity here mixed with fairy spotting, which is supposed to be something that really brings us back to child energy, which is 5th house energy. It's really helping us explore those recesses of our mind and our heart that we have possibly closed off. If you explore these and you start seeing the little lights in them, it's really going to help bolster your creativity, possibly in some areas where you're feeling a little blocked. Because I don't feel like this group has as much blockage as the tangerine quartz. This is more like little things that you might be having areas like, why am I having some trouble with actually understanding how to create this for myself? And plus having music reversed also, some of you might quite literally be that you feel there's a blockage in your music, but it's because there's a disconnect between what you're afraid of what people are going to think on the outside and the connection they're going to have to what you're actually trying to put out. Are they going to misunderstand you? These will create blocks because it will block off your courage to do these things, especially if you're feeling it on a soul level. And having this come out with Leo is really trying to show this energy with pure intentions, that this is like, you know how children, they don't do things with motives. They're like, they learn what to do, but when they're just going around doing stuff, they're exploring, they're trying to understand things. They have the pure intention of learning these things, of having fun, not trying to make things downers. It's like they just want to be expressive and have fun. It's a childlike energy. And it's a very pure energy. So being in that energy, like I was saying with this fairy spotting, like just being able to have that lift in your spirit, especially if the reason you're feeling blocked off, whether it's musically or writing, is because it's like you're not allowing other people to hear your authentic self. It's like you're blocking it off. Like you're not letting that soul come out because of people being able to misinterpret what you're trying to create here. But what you're doing is you're blocking off your own creativity by having that fear. Especially since it's subconscious. It could be like one that's been flowing around for a while and you've been trying to break out of it, doing some things that are on a creative like wavelength, but actually putting it out for others to see it is a whole nother story. Oh, and you guys have, I'm telling you, it's like you guys aren't as blocked as the tangerine quartz. Your blockage is purely coming from like how people are going to view you when you do this. It's not saying that you're in this place where you can't. It's just instead of the like just thinking constantly of what others are going to project onto you, just have good intentions with what you're doing and it's going to flow. Like it's going to flow through you like very easily, like how this is just like flowing to her. This energy isn't something that is being kept from you and you're having to learn through something. This is like literally you're just kind of being your own block a little bit. You could also be possibly having some nightmares about what could happen depending on things that happened to you as a child, since there's a lot of child energy here. But this is really trying to help you break through those blocks by realizing what other people think, like, you know, with your rising sign, what they think you are isn't what you are down in your soul with your moon. And you can choose to show the world whatever the heck you want, because Seven of Cups reversed, you know the truth. It's like they can think whatever you want, they can think whatever they want, but you know when they're casting like false illusions on yourself. And you just have to realize that even though it might even be some people that you're close to that are doing it, that doesn't mean you should shut yourself off. And then we have Page of Coins here. So some of this could come from, I'm hearing a few different things. One thing I'm hearing is people telling you that certain ventures are not going to make you money. They're making your creativity about money because you're starting something different. When none of your stuff here is talking about money. It's purely talking about letting yourself be creative and not caring about the projections here. So one of these projections is like literally like what are you going to do like money wise, like with these ideas you have, like how is it actually going to do anything to sustain you? And instead of feeling okay with that, it kind of puts you back down in that little space where it like makes your voice want to be smaller instead of standing up and realizing like, you know, you see the truth, you know what you got to do and what you got to say, but there are going to be naysayers. There are going to be people that try to dim this bright light you're showing, because you're actually showing a light right now, which is why people are projecting quite easily. This Three of Wands energy being reversed here, this is telling you guys, with this blockage that you're feeling with not wanting to let people hear this because of the fear of judgment, you're gonna stay stuck. Things are trying to come in right now. They're trying, but you're literally like in a way running away from them because you're afraid of what will happen once people see it. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys actually have already created something and you're just holding on to it and afraid to share it because of what kind of reception it will receive. I feel like that could be a lot of the energy here. And having Ten of Wands reversed here, it's coming out with Saturn. It's literally like just drop it. People have given you so much shit And it's like your truth isn't all these other people's like things they have placed on you. That is literally their crap that they need to deal with. And if they have a problem with what they're doing and what you're doing, then of course they're going to project onto you that what you're doing has no value, no worth, or whatever in their own mind because of how they see the world. Now, if someone is placing this on you, you're learning to shed this so that you aren't as afraid to express your soul through your personality out of judgment, because obviously if you're being vulnerable and bearing your soul, it is going to be very easy for others to judge you and others to place their crap on you also. So this is like a good pile to learn boundaries with people, especially bringing up that first house. Like, have your own self boundaries to where others can't cross and take hold of your emotions, with the moon being here as well. And the sun's here as well. It's like big 3 energy is here with Leo sun energy. So first this one, and then there's so much worry with you guys about letting go and actually allowing this to happen, especially since death and justice jumped out together. Death was showing itself. It's like it was in reverse showing itself, which means you guys know what's going on. You know what it is you're doing that's holding you back. But this justice wasn't revealing itself. It's reversed, but it was still hiding some things. So the thing is, especially since we have the light card upright, there's going to be, in all the sun energy, there's going to be a lot of light brought to certain situations, possibly things that were very unfair, that you haven't been able to let go of, that have really been sitting in this subconscious energy. Even though you see the truth and you want to move forward, it's like these broken records playing. So you being able, especially since having this pure intention coming out with this Leo energy and just illuminating these things, it's like you're not trying to walk away from situations to be a mean person. You're doing it with good intent for your own health, as well as if other people have codependent tendencies. And that's how you need to look at this, especially if people are telling you that it's not fair for you to leave them and blah blah blah, and just creating this energy where it really pulls at your emotions and it's making you stifle things and just holding you back. You need to realize the very beginning of this thing, you know what the truth is here. Like, there's no illusion with this energy. You even have Saturn here with truth. So this whole energy is trying to say, yes, you're being blocked off by either what people are currently saying, have said, could be both. But you need to recognize, as much as people complain about things not being fair, or that things weren't fair to you in a certain situation and you're not able to let it go, that by allowing yourself to release these things that are attached to other people, that's literally keeping you stunted. And like I said, some of you probably already created things you're just holding on to because of this. And it's bottom of the deck, Ace of Cups. Like, you guys have light, Ace of Cups. It's trying to show you guys, like, you don't need these people to fill your cup. Your cup's already full. If anything, these people are draining your cup. Especially if it's a situation that is the past and it's just clinging to you right now, and it makes you have a whole lot of hang-ups with your self-image. Like, your self-image is very important. Possibly could have Venus in the first house if that's happening to you as well. But this whole energy is lying beneath the surface and feeling like you don't want people to see you as superficial. You want people to see you as a person that has depth. And people aren't even going to be able to start recognizing that you even do anything if you're not putting stuff out there. And if certain people or situations are holding you back because of what they're saying, like, seriously, do what you need to do. Like, you have like a lot of blessings, a lot of new energy trying to come in. Your intuition is spot on when you're not telling yourself that I don't want to be judged for it. It's like when you're in your energy and you're creating and you're not you guys probably need a lot of introspection, to be honest, when you're creating, because this, even though you have a very bright creative energy, having this moon energy and these like differing water energies makes me feel like you guys need introspection in order for you to create. You need that solitude. And if people are being rude about that, then they need to just like buck off, because your energy is your energy to do what you please with. And then we have first house, receive. This is some interesting messages right here. You are going to be receiving other people's opinions about what you put out there. We've been talking about this. But you also are receiving your own truth about the situation. You know how you feel about it, and you know what's true. You also are going to be receiving from the people that are trying to understand you, or the people that do understand you. They're really going to be trying to uplift you and give you the encouragement you need. Whether that's literally through giving you gifts and congratulating you, or just being there to help pull you out of these situations. Don't be afraid to allow yourself to receive this help, because it's coming with pure intentions, which over here you guys have the pure intentions card too. People are not trying to hurt you with this. Then we have nature reversed here. I'm hearing let nature take its course. This energy coming out with what I was saying earlier as being blocked off by people telling you that, you know, something's either not going to be a financially stable avenue, or people just telling you your ideas aren't great and you're being stuck and not putting things out. You really need to just allow these people to naturally fall away instead of fighting yourself on these things. It could literally be linking to this death card where you are not allowing things to go out of your life. Also, with this nature energy mixing with this page of coins energy being very earthy energy, it could be this feeling of instability, and that's why you're afraid to move. Because having these different areas where you know the truth in certain aspects of your life, but you also don't know if it's safe to express the truths, can make the ground feel very unstable, and like things can just fall apart very easily once you start doing this, and that can create a lot of fear as well. And then we have trust. Trust the process. Okay, let nature take its course and trust the process. But with this coming out over here, and this is like that Ten of Wands energy, truth with the Saturn energy. This is trusting that letting these things go, honoring your truth, is what is going to benefit you. It's going to help your healing. It's going to help you in this whole process of receiving what is meant for you instead of blocking it off, which is something that I feel like this group might actually be doing, especially with manifestation reversed from earlier. If you guys are really fighting this, then you're definitely blocking it off from yourself. And ground yourself. I mean, I can't get any more straightforward than ground yourself over here. And sorry, my chair squeaks when I move. I'm not used to it yet. At least it's better for my back. But with this ground yourself energy, it's like you have pure intentions, you have this Leo energy, and then it's like you're trying to move forward. But this situation or person, whatever it is just holding you back. The way you get through this is, like I was saying earlier, you need to be at peace with the truth that is you and allow things to naturally come to you. So that way you feel more secure in yourself. Like working on that root chakra, guys. Like you need to feel that stability and security here. And this bottom of the deck card is what I was telling you earlier. You guys have support. Like if you're sitting here constantly feeling like I have no support, I don't have anything or anyone that can help me, this definitely is going to be blocking you off. Because for one, you're not going to be letting go of the people that don't support you, because you're going to be holding on to them out of being comfortable and not doing anything. But also you're not going to be seeing the people that actually do. And it's going to create this energy where you're actually not letting other people come into your life that would support you. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword here, which we have this justice energy over here that isn't fair. So possibly someone that you really supported or a situation that you really tried to make happen, especially with this Page of Coins being reversed over here, that didn't end right, could make you feel like you aren't being supported by those around you or even the universe. So you need to be able to ground yourself, because this is lower chakra colors, to be able, like I was saying, ground, allow yourself to receive. You're not going to want to receive anything if you're feeling insecure about what's going to happen with it. So let's see. Big thing right out the gate is failure. I'm telling you guys, there is no other way I can put this. Like, you guys feeling like what's going to be on you no matter what you do is failure. Like, that's your only option is failure. It's like, this is something that's really been repeated. I really feel like you guys are sitting on a gold mine of creativity, but the fear of it flopping, or the fear of it not turning out the way you're imagining it in your mind, or it turning out the way other people are telling you it's going to turn out, is really making you not take the leap, because you aren't seeing, if something doesn't work when you put it out, it is something to learn from, so you can create in another way. Like, you're still creating from your space, but you're learning how to put it out. It doesn't mean your creation is bad or a failure. It means that you, if you want to promote it, if you want people to understand it, you need to put it through the right channels. The first thing, though, is having the confidence to put it out in the first place, and then you can see how it looks and work on it from there. But if you're already thinking it's going to be a failure, you're not even going to care, because you're seeing the truth of the matter as being a failure, so you're not even going to try it. Honesty reversed. These people doing this to you are being completely, for one, this is one of the messages. These people saying these things to you are not telling you the truth of how they actually feel. They really do feel that what you are doing is going to be profitable. They really feel like it's going to take you ahead, but they don't want to tell you that. They don't want you moving on and leaving them behind. They don't want nature taking its course with you stepping into your energy and flourishing, because you're going to start seeing the beauty in things and realizing that they're actually sucking the beauty out of your life. So, of course, they're going to be expressing a lot of dishonest feelings towards you in pretty nasty ways, trying to keep you from moving forward. I'm telling you, failure, fear, like, you guys, and the thing is, you guys have so much, like, things about truth in this pile. You guys know that you literally have a fear of failure. It's like, you know, some of you actually know people are being dishonest and just being rude to you with what they're saying. But this fear and not being able to release it, because it's making me think of death up there, with how that death card looks as like a little girl who is really scared of what's behind the freaking curtain, and it's really creepy. It's like you guys are having to overcome this feeling of fear that comes from failure. It's like, even if stuff in the past you might feel was a failure, it's like, it's not. It's trying to teach you things to make it to where you have more of a flow to what you're doing instead of the insecurity. Let's just stick this straight out. Relationships. This card literally says, I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. You have pure intentions in Leo energy. So you have very pure intention energy with certain relationships. And these are relationships that ground you. Like I said, they're going to be the ones that help you feel centered and grounded and safe. Now, with this death and justice card, some of these relationships you have that are not good for you, that make you feel not supported, really need to go. And they're the ones that are going to cling on like it's no one's business, because they know they didn't treat you right, and once you move on, you're not going to want them in your circle. So yes, they are going to try to cling to it. They're going to try to make you feel guilty for trying to leave and do something more with your life. As messed up as that sounds, they don't want you to succeed. So this is really about, like I said, this is a big group about honesty, being honest with yourself, really being secure in the trust, letting illusions fall off of people when you see them for what they are, for how they're treating other people. Even if they're like being nice to your face, if they're being complete asses to other people, it's like that's their true nature. Like, don't go around and put up the rose-colored glasses thing with them because they were being nice to you. Like I said, they're not being honest right now. And bottom of the deck energy, blame. I really keep feeling like either in your head or literally physically, you guys have creations, but you're not putting them out because of how others are making you feel, how they're projecting onto you what you should be doing, your self-image, how things should look. You might even be asking people for opinions on what you've created, and they're completely like slamming it down and picking these things apart. And then what happens? You start having shame about what you've been creating. It's like, what's wrong with me? And then it leads to blame, which is this card right here. With this being reversed, it's almost like others are not taking responsibility for their actions towards you. And if you are not being honest with yourself, you're not taking responsibility for you allowing them to place that blame on you for making them feel inadequate. Because that's basically what this is. It's like they feel inadequate, so they're shoving this energy on you because they want to cling to you. They don't want you to go and do these things that are going to better your life. If you are blaming yourself for wanting to do something and feeling guilty about it, this is pretty much just saying those people are doing it for their own greedy needs. They are not doing it for your best interest. So this is a big thing about you guys are really full of everything you need and just overcoming this step of not listening to these people or the certain situations that might have happened in the past and letting that hold you back from really just expressing it and not being afraid to show your vulnerable side. Because yes, some people are not going to like it. Those are the people that honestly are not really worth your time. Like, do you really want naysayers around when you're trying to do stuff? There's a big difference between constructive criticism and people that are just trying to beat you down and take the spark out of your life. So let's go ahead and see what we have for my phantom quartz. So, oh wow, first thing out the gate here, teaches us that the first step in letting go of past traumas is leaving behind the ego and allowing the soul to grow and learn from the experience. Post They actually have a name for this when you do this. It's called post-traumatic growth, which is very interesting. That's actually a psychologist term. So let's see. It reminds us what doesn't kill us makes us stronger. Chances are it's never as bad as we imagined it anyway. After all, it's full of wisdom of many years of evolution on the Earth's crust. Harness the healing vibrations found deep within the Earth. I mean, there's so much stuff about the Earth here, and you guys have like grounding and all this nature stuff too. So possibly you guys just need more nature too. It gives powers of insight, spiritual inspiration. It's a sign that you need help getting out of a rut in your life. This is literally like a rut, guys. So this is talking about, like I was saying, some of you might really need solitude. This is talking about creating a sacred space in your home that is strictly for me time only. No computers, cell phones, or other distractions. Have a personal sanctuary in a peaceful environment, whatever that looks like to you. Think of little things that lift your mood, connect you with your spirituality. If any bad feelings come up from the past, particularly unfinished business, which seems like what's going on over here, teaches us to live with no regrets. It reminds us that memory lane can be a pretty highway, but if you stay too long, you lose your way. I mean, obviously, with that over there. Helps guide you to the path to finding resolution to our problems, which is sometimes as simple as letting go. Helps you transform into a beautiful butterfly. But it does say metamorphosis and to a beautiful butterfly, which is kind of funny. But yeah, this is what I'm seeing for you guys. And next I have my citrines. I think I don't want to jinx myself, so I'm not going to say it, but seems like things are a little smoother now. Okay, so I'm gonna put you over there so that way I have room for the citrines. Okay, so my cute citrines. I'm calling you guys cute. I wonder what's going to come out here. see what's going on for your 2021 forecast. Oh, that just kind of, right out the gate, some Scorpio, I transform energy, third house energy with messages. Ooh. Mars force. This is not a time to be brute forcing things with this group. Ninth house faith. Okay. So my citrines, you guys, I was feeling it with these first two about getting downloads already with this Scorpio energy and third house energy, but having ninth house come out as well as with this faith energy, this is pretty much like you guys getting the spiritual downloads and learning to flow with it, go deep with it, understand exactly what information you're getting and how to use it. Because having Mars and Aries, because we have Aries IM bottom of the deck over here, both reversed, this is saying you need to have a more pulled back approach to how you are pushing your ideas and what you're doing out into the world. Sorry, I needed to adjust myself in my chair. But with this, it's saying don't force matters. If you're pushing against something and it's not working, especially if it has anything to do with communicating your beliefs or different things you're going through, I feel like this is my pile that possibly could be coming up against the opposition and the squares, dealing with, you are really transforming and diving into that Pluto energy. Possibly it's conjunct some of your natal aspects that's really pushing you to do these things. But the only way to do it is to not force these things and to be able to pull yourself away from other people's energy that's very forceful and fiery and not allowing you to have your space, or possibly trying to drown you out with how loud they are. I don't know where that's coming from, but possibly the people that feel like they're not being heard could be trying extra hard to be heard right now, and it's really impeding your progress. So it's almost like them trying to force what they are with this I am energy onto you, and like you should fall into herd mentality. You guys know what's going on. You guys are going through your growth phase. You have very spiritual numbers here. You have 2 energy, 7 energy, 9 energy, master number 33 energy. There's just this energy here where you guys are going to be on a knowing page, just like either developing like claircognizance, clairsentience, different things where you are just kind of flowing with it. If you feel like you need to force anything or people are forcing things on you, it's purely out of insecurity, and it's a big back off sign, like a big stop sign, like just kind of back away from it and go back to the area where you're still working on yourself, because this is a lot of growth and higher learning coming through for this pile. And plus having faith in yourself and confidence in yourself instead of what these pushy people are doing. You guys have, with the transformation, a big thing here with this fairy spotting coming out on transformation with the Scorpio energy. This is being able to see the beauty in the depths as you're going through the transformation. I'm going to drink some water. This is being able to see the beauty as you're going through your transformations, as you are... Sorry, my nose was itchy. I can't remember what that means, but my nose is itchy. Maybe, I think that someone's talking about you if your nose itches. I can't remember. Would not surprise me. But, with this fairy spotting energy, as you're going through these things and you're diving deep, it's really trying to let you see the silver lining, trying to help you understand these hidden aspects of yourself, because fairies tend to remain hidden. They're not something or someone or an entity that tends to like to just be out in front of you unless they're very comfortable. And you getting comfortable with these depths is going to help you see the beauty and the magic in these areas. It's going to make you want to communicate these things with this third house energy, with this messages energy. And some people aren't going to readily take to you wanting to bring beauty to, gosh, my nose, holy crap. But some people are not going to want to see the beauty and how you're seeing the beauty. But you have to be careful, because since you're in this energy, you very much are in a space where you're just like rapidly creating things, because you guys, especially getting this wish wisely card, be careful what you're communicating, whether you're communicating it to yourself, other people. What you are wishing for and what you're putting intention to right now is very powerful. You are carrying these messages directly to your guides, however you feel about the universe. These messages are like a freaking like lightning bolt going straight back. So be careful what you're wishing for, especially if you're starting to develop gifts through going through this and it's new. Don't allow others to push you around into what you should be doing either. And like I was saying, with this energy, we are not forcing, because you know how Mars can be a very fiery energy. This light coming out reversed, it's saying like we don't need that crazy fire energy. This group does not need the fire energy. You guys need the flow energy. Even though you have a bunch of fire cards out here, because 9th house is Sagittarius energy, Aries is Mars fire energy, Scorpio is kind of Mars. It's like, think of it like scalding water, I guess. But with this, it's saying that we can release the need to have that because of how things are coming to you. These things are going to come easily if you don't force it. If people are trying to force you to do things, it's going to block these things from coming to you. It's pretty much like that balancing act of trying to figure out that perfect sweet spot in the middle where you're creating what you need to and you're staying out of the line of fire of these people that are just trying to snuff people right now. Because you're kind of on your own direct, like, trajectory here. Like, you're trajectory. I think I said something else. Something flipped over in here. What is this? See? This pure intention came out reversed over here with this faith. Some people who are really trying to put your faith down, trying to stifle you right now as you are learning these things. Like I said, if you're communicating and they're doing these things, because, you know, remembering what we looked at with the daily transits, having that communication energy and 9th house energy, if people are communicating to you things that, like I said, are very forceful, they're trying to restrict you, this is really trying to show you that those are not pure intentions. This is either insecurity springing up. This is people that just want to push their own agenda springing up. You know already. You're very tuned in right now. You just have to have that faith in yourself and know what's going on around you and realize that certain people just do not have the best intentions for you right now. Especially if they're not unhappy with the attention you're getting, because look at you, you're just like brimming with life energy over here. These people doing this honestly are not happy for you. They can see that you're glowing up. They can see that you're starting to really step into understanding yourself, that you're being able to see your potential. This scares them, because some people like to keep others around as their cheerleaders when they're insecure. And if you've been other people's cheerleaders, but you're starting to kind of step out on your own and kind of garnering your own cheerleaders, those people are going to be like feeling really insecure, trying to keep you around, so your cheerleaders become their cheerleaders out of, I don't, like, association. It's just like these people don't have the best intentions. They're just trying to take from you. They're trying to be very selfish. It's like how Aries energy can be about conquering, like Mars with that war energy. It can be very conquering, it can be very self-absorbed. Especially with this being reversed, it's really showing the aspects of that energy that is very controlling, very, like, when you think of tarot, like the Emperor reversed, it's like that very, like, put your foot down on other people type of energy and walk all over them. So if you're dealing with anyone like that, and especially if they're trying to hide it, but you see them do it to other people, just know they're waiting for their opportunity to do it to you, and they think that you won't walk away from it. So don't sit there and let serpents strike. And we have, I'm telling you guys are in a good space right now. Like fairy spotting, you have King of Coins, which is King of Pentacles, which is like stability. Like this transformation is bringing a lot of stability to you. It's bringing this wealth to you that I feel like isn't just monetary, but it's also security that helps you feel like even as you go through things and you're changing, each change is going to bring you more security. You're feeling very connected to that, very grounded. It's just not letting people shake you from that, because you do have some Nine of Coins reverse energy just wanting to jump out over here. You have some people that really aren't happy for what you're creating for yourself, for you going after your dreams. Like they're trying to find, like, I think the reason that Wish Wisely also came out for you guys, if you're really wanting these people to be able to come with you into what you're doing, that's what this Wish Wisely is also saying. Like, realize that these people that are doing this, if you're really wanting them to come with you, they're going to try to tear down what you're working for the things that bring you joy and everything. Once you get up there and you've brought them with you, they're going to try to tear donations. I'm not going to be on Facebook for personal until tomorrow for that, but if you want to donate while I'm reading, I appreciate it. But yeah, I do my Facebook lives on Tuesdays. But like I was saying, these people are really trying to tear down your dreams once they found a secure foothold in what you're doing, and possibly even take what you've built for themselves, because they're seeing it as something that, like an eye on the prize thing. But it's a very underhanded energy, especially since it's coming out around money. And having, once again, here, some more fire energy. Once again, this fire energy is reversed over here. It's this King of Wands being very, I don't know why I'm hearing stubborn, but upright, usually this is someone that's very enterprising, very confident, someone that's starting a business. This is making me feel like someone is very lazy. They aren't wanting to do the footwork here, and what they're doing is just trying to be pompous and push their agendas around. Like I was saying, I feel like this group is dealing with people that have agendas that are just like trying to take from them, because they can see your shine. They can see it even if you feel like you're dim right now. These people can see it, and they know their stuff is dim, even if they're putting on the fake facade that they aren't. They know what they can take from you once you get it, because they know your magnetism, they know what you exude. So if they're up there with you on that level, like you bringing them with you because you really want them to be with you, then you're pretty much creating a circle of, whether it's one person or multiple persons, people, can't talk, but with this energy, they're waiting to be able to come out and take all this hard work and make it theirs, which, like I was saying, these people do not have good intentions for you. And they need to be dropped. This Ten of Wands reverse, they need to be dropped. Like, the more we go into these intentions of these people, the more this energy is like, these people need to go. Like, they straight up need to go. This is both fire energy. Wands is fire energy. Light is fire energy. Mars is fire energy. There's like all this energy that's like, drop these people that are forcing you to do things, that are trying to push you in directions that don't feel right. And the reason it doesn't feel right is because it's for benefiting them. They don't have your best interests at heart. For some reason, that needs to keep being repeated here. I feel like some of you really give the benefit of the doubt way more than you need to. And you're someone that once you start building something, especially with this King of Pentacles over here, you're building a very sturdy, safe foundation that's going to bring you a lot of income. It's like you just sitting pretty, and these people or person, whatever it is, literally has it out for you. They don't want to see you succeed. The only way they want to see you succeed is if you bring them with you, so that way they can kind of kick you once they have enough foothold. That's literally the only reason they'd want to see you succeed, is for them to be able to take your foothold you've created. So be very careful with the people around you that are exhibiting these traits right now. And my goodness, you guys, you have Tower reversed over here, coming out with faith and pure intentions being reversed. I'm telling you guys, these people do not have good intentions for you. They are trying to rip up any foundation you create. And you putting blind faith in these people, because I think that's another part of this ninth house energy. Don't put your blind faith in people, even if, say, in the beginning they were helping you. Say they were doing a lot for you. But the thing is, everyone's truth and everything that people have to offer is completely different. And if someone wants to take from you what you have to offer, it doesn't matter what they've done for you in the past. That's the past. Right now is the present. If they're doing something that's detrimental to you, you don't owe it to them to let them bring you down just because of something they did in the past. Like, don't wish for them to come with you just because of something they did originally, because this energy that they're carrying with them, they're trying to help things just topple over. The way that this looks is like people are being thrown out of the tower, like, while it's still put together, and being thrown into thorns. Like, literally, like, this tower is like literally just get the heck out of my space once they have it, is what this is doing. But what is kind of sad is if you allow this, you saw it coming. With it being reversed, it's almost like you allowed it to happen. It wasn't something where it wasn't, it's not like it was unforeseen. You guys are too tuned in right now to not know this is happening. And if you didn't know before this, now you know that it's happening, and your gut instinct is right, and you need to listen to it. Because when this happens, it's going to be like, I knew it. And it's better for you guys to pull away now instead of being like, I knew it. Because you guys have another king over here with this King of Swords energy. You guys know the truth. I don't know why this one wants to fall over right now. There. But, you guys know the truth. You know what's fair. You know discernment. You know these things. You are very stable. You are working towards this stability through everything you're going through. If you wish to clearly know the truth, that could be something that be careful what you wish for, because some of you might not be happy with what you learn. But if that's something you really want to know to be able to make the decision, sit with yourself and do it. You'll get the answers right away. Like, you're very tuned in right now. You're going to get direct messages of like, you know, yeah, this, and this is happening, and you need to make a decision here because you know the truth. Are you going to cut, or are you going to try to make way and cut things that are in their way out of the way so that way they can come with you? It's like you're doing all this extra brunt work trying to carry them with you, or you're cutting them out, which is going to alleviate a lot for you, even if it's painful. It's not going to be as painful, I think, because I'm not seeing any cups energy. And one thing about these people too, like I was saying, this High Priestess reversed, this is like hidden shit. Like, this is really making me think of underhanded people. Like, they know that you have gifts. They know that you have a certain light to you. And they're just trying to use it. They're trying to abuse this energy here, and they're trying to drain it. It's like, this is very underhanded energy for this group that you guys are dealing with. And it's pretty much like, stay light on your feet, know what's going on, go with things. And if something really like hits you like a wall, it's trying to show you. It's like, you need to look at this. Like, don't pass it off as nothing. Like, pay attention. Strength reversed over here. This is making me think of being vulnerable. And seek. You guys have 9th house energy. Seek coming out reversed. A child's love. For some of you, this could easily be, for those of you that are older, this could be a child of yours. Like I said, this is someone that doesn't want you to leave them behind. And if you're older, obviously your children are going to be older. If you're feeling guilty from wanting to explore, and these aren't children that are in your care. These are kids that have their life going or whatever. And sorry, this chair. But these are people that have their life going. They know what's going on. But it's almost like they don't want to lose the security, because they see you, obviously with the queen, the King of Pentacles. They see you as a major energy of security, of being able to keep them grounded. And if you're going off trying to do your own thing, they're going to sit here and be like, well, they don't love me anymore. And it's like, that can make you feel very guilty. It'll make you feel very stuck. And that will definitely keep you from trying to move forward, especially if they're lashing out and being angry. Now, with this seek being reversed, this is why the wish wisely is coming out, because this once again is speaking of, the messages, what you ask for, you're going to receive. So if you're asking for truth, if you're seeking truth, some of you honestly don't want to seek the truth right now, because it's going to be painful. Because some of these people are just very close to you. You might even have a childlike love towards them, like an idolization towards this person, which is why you want to bring them with you. Now, this obviously gives you a great weakness with coming with this strength being reversed. You're very vulnerable with this person or people, whatever this group is, and they know this about you. They know the hold they have. And with nature being upright, this is, once again, it's coming out with this faith energy. It's coming out with you seeing things for what they are, with this Tower reverse and this King of Swords. And once again, being told that you're not supposed to force things. You're supposed to go with it. You're supposed to let it take its course. You need to allow yourself to heal. Because when this happens, depending on how you're handling it, you're going to need to heal yourself. And you're really being warned against disconnecting yourself from everything, because by allowing whoever or whatever the situation is to come into your life, or if it's already there and it's literally draining you, what's going to happen is you're going to lose this connection. And it's going to be actually something that you manifested and you wished for, because you didn't want to change anything. You didn't seek change. And this energy is all about transformation. It's about finding the beauty in transformation and getting secure in it. It's not about completely neglecting it. Because, either way, there is going to be some loss here. But I feel like this group, you can easily be in control of what that loss is if you take it into your own hands and you pull it away yourself, almost like pulling fuzz off of a shirt, even though I'm pretty sure it's going to be a lot harder than that. That's just a analogy. But we have, see, transformation, beauty, King of Pentacles, abundance. Like, seriously, you guys are like lined up here for get you life energy. You guys just have all this stuff, the wishing card. You have a lot coming in right now. This person, people, whatever, know this. Possibly it's already started with you and they're noticing it and trying to find a way to get it. Maybe they are wanting you to fail. Because if they can't go with you, they don't want it working out for you. Like I said, this isn't someone that has pure intentions, no matter how connected to them you are. And I think that's another thing with this stay connected thing. This is pretty much an overall thing. Don't stay connected to the situation, people, person, whatever it is. It's trying to say break the connection. Release the energy. Let it just go. And then this right here, peace, is reversed with this Mars energy. If you are allowing this to push you around, goodbye peace. Your inner peace, your grounded nature, your discernment, your stability, it's like just out the window because you're allowing this to sit on you. And you're allowing this energy to take over, and more than likely you're going to start forcing things, which is really going to take you out of your like peace state, because once you start forcing things to happen because you feel like it's not happening anymore because you're choosing to cling to these things, it's going to become a lot more disruptive, and it's going to be a lot harder for you to ground yourself. These people are going to blame you for everything wrong in their life. Either that or they already do. Like, seriously, this person, people, whatever the heck this is, they are not happy with what's going on with them. And anything that you do that it brings a good response, they're going to blame you for everything wrong in their life because they're trying to make you feel bad about an accomplishment you have. If you start feeling ashamed for getting good recognition for something you did that you're proud of, you need to take stock of what this person's actually adding to your life. Because if they are blaming you for everything they're doing when you are actually doing your work and you're going through all this mess that you're doing to take responsibility for your problems, you got the Ten of Wands reversed. Their problems are not your problems. They're adult. They can do this. They aren't children. Even if they are blood related children, they are not children. They're adults that can make decisions. And then we have this self-esteem coming out reversed. It's like I was saying, way up here, this is insecurity coming out and doing this to you. They can see where you are going towards, and they're going to try to make you feel guilty. They're going to try to tear things apart in some way, unless they make you feel like the only way you can succeed is taking them, because that is something else that can happen with self-esteem, especially when you really trust somebody and you feel like they have good intentions for you when they actually don't. They will whittle down your self-esteem until you feel like you cannot do anything without them. And then if anything goes wrong, they blame you, so it whittles your self-esteem down more. If someone is doing this to you, this is like a lot of red flags they're trying to show you right now. Like, if at any time you're feeling your peace is being disruptive, if someone's blaming you for their own problems, if someone's calling you a failure even though things are doing well, or people are trying to take from you, if they're breaking your self-confidence down, this is pretty much like a whole bunch of red flags for this group of this is exactly what we're talking about that needs to like go ahead and go, because it's like a huge block. And I'm saying that in your bottom of the deck card is growth. It's literally a block to your growth and your transformation. Like, point blank. Like, there's nothing else I can really say on this. They're letting you know, whether it's one person doing all these things or it's multiple people doing different parts of these things. You are in a place where you can create with your own knowledge anything you want. You just gotta have the faith in yourself and the will to go through it and create the stability, and everything's gonna flow. But this is a hindrance in your way, whether it's one or more than one. There's a hindrance here that's trying to make you feel guilty for doing good with your life. And this isn't something you're supposed to hold on to. And if you choose to, well, you're just blocking yourself. I mean, eventually, if down the road, because I mean, this is 2021, if down the road you decide, like a year from now, like 2022, like, okay, I'm actually going to try to get this person in my life, this might kick up again. You might be able to get back on this track again. But I feel like if you fall off of it this year, this person's really going to drag you down and you're going to have to start over again. Because this whole energy, especially since Scorpio is over here and Pluto is connected to Scorpio in transformation, it's going to be going on throughout this year, this transformative state. And having this Pentacles energy on you is like, this is what you're creating as a foundation this year. And it can create a lot of abundance. But at the same time, like, the energy is going to be slow. Except for the person or people that are trying to rush you. This is not something to be rushed. This is you and your time and doing what you need so you have peace of mind. Not because you need to rush yourself and, like, completely get ahead of yourself and, like, freak out. You know what you need to do. I mean, this is, like, very clear here for this year. It's like, wipe the slate clean, move forward, and learn to take detours when you're hitting walls, because you're not meant to push through walls right now. You're not supposed to be forcing things. You're supposed to be going with where things are pulling you right now. Because if not, you're probably going to wait for another cycle to come around. Especially having how we're going to be moving out of this Aries energy very soon. But then other planets are going to be moving into Aries too. But that's later this year. There's just a lot of Aries energy on the board here. There's fire energy. So if you guys have heavy fire placements, this could easily be people just seeing that you have that vibrance and they're trying to snuff it out. But you need to take your time, because if you're a fire sign and you're getting this Knight of Pentacles, you're not really going to be wanting to sit still. So definitely allow yourself some time. Realize things are going to come in. You just have to stay in alignment with what you're doing. You got to keep the faith with it. So let's read Citrine. Okay, first thing, citrine attracts wealth, prosperity, and success. It imparts joy, wonder, delight, and enthusiasm. It raises self-esteem and confidence, I'm pretty sure. Stimulates the brain, strengthening the intellect. Promotes motivation, activates creativity, and encourages self-expression. It is linked with the sacral, solar plexus, and crown chakra. Zodiac Aries, all that freaking Aries, Gemini, 3rd house, and Leo and Libra. Planet is Jupiter. And I told you guys I felt like that wish thing was a Jupiter thing. Air element, number 6. Some keywords are happiness, prosperity, generosity, creativity, pleasure, protection, strength, alignment, confidence, stability, moderation, energy, comfort, success, truth, goodness, warmth, digestion. Okay, so be careful what you're taking in and feeding yourself, no matter what way that is. And then also enjoyment of life and spiritual growth. It cleanses the chakras and opens the intuition. And enhances concentration and revitalizes the mind. Releases negative traits, depression, fears, and phobias. Emotionally balancing. And it is associated with November, so which I find kind of ironic when I was telling you guys that you're either going to do this or have to do it again next year. But that is what I got for my citrines. So we're going to be moving to my last pile, my fluorites. Also, something for this group, since it's saying November and I was telling you this is going to take a while. If you're not seeing results for the first part of the year, like as much as you would want, still keep the faith that it's going to work out, especially if you've been doing the work of trying to get these energies out of your life. It just might be that you need to get them out before you can fully move forward and into this abundance energy that you're creating. So we're going to stick you over here and fluorite all up in the middle. Okay, so for my ooh! You guys are just gonna throw stuff at me, or are you guys the jump happy pile? Okay, so I'm saying that and things are still trying to fly out at me. Okay, fluorites, what's going on with you for 2021? Mercury, mind. Earth element, stability. So, first out the gate, Aries, I am. You guys are just all up in some kind of energy over here. Jupiter, abundance. Okay, for one, something that just came through. You be grateful for things that are coming to you right now, because you guys have some very fast energy. Even though you have some stability, you might have some earth grounding you in your chart, but you have very fast-paced energy, probably moving in with this kind of burst out the gate air energy coming through. Now, what's interesting is also having this earth element being mixed with Mercury is making me think Virgo energy as well, which is actually going to be very helpful for this group, because if you're feeling very like you need to like go forward, which I mean, this group, you have it upright, obviously you're going to have the energy, you can do it, but it's also pay attention to details. Don't just rush forward, because you have the mental acuity right now to be grounded in this energy and use it to your best advantage. But also don't get ahead of yourself over here and stop being grateful for things that are coming in, because you're getting new things. It's like a child getting new toys. Don't be ungrateful for what you already have, because you're getting new things. Don't throw those by the wayside, because you're getting new things. you have to be grateful, or it's like, okay, we're going to start holding some of this back till some gratitude starts coming through here instead of the me, because that's what this energy can turn into. It can be very just thinking about what can I do next, as opposed to being grounded in the moment and being grateful for the moment. And then I'm saying that, and your bottom of the deck energy over here is part of fortune increase, but it's reversed. They're like really trying to tell you guys a surefire way of leaving, a very surefire way of pushing away these things that are coming to you that you're working on, is just not really giving a shit about what you already have. It's like, you need to realize that you already have abundance, and a lot of things have gotten better than what they were for you to be having this kind of energy and pushing forward in the first place. It's like, go back to ground zero, realize where you started, and be grateful for where you are now, instead of just being like, on that roll, which is very easily, once you start getting into this place where things are being recognized and you feel people are actually connecting and understanding you. It's like you just want to keep pushing forward. Don't forget to be grateful for it. Don't just keep expecting more instead of being grateful for what's already there. And we have stargazing that fell out, so I feel for you guys that this mind energy with Mercury, you could easily clear your mind by either, just being out under the stars at night, or possibly getting into different topics, because the mind can also be learning. You can get into different topics that deal with either astrology, deal with learning about the movement of stars, our solar system, what goes on in galaxies, just different things, like very Aquarian energy, where you're looking out beyond and like doing more space type energy, or other, as like it's really close to the 12th house energy, so it's like kind of not quite other realm spirituality kind of thing, but it's like understanding the human experience and being able to make it relatable, being able to bring down certain energies that you're understanding, collective energies making more sense to you. So this is really about being able to communicate these different things that you're starting to understand. You guys have wished wisely as well. With this being mixed with both the earth and air, this is the Virgo energy I was speaking of earlier. You need to really pay attention. And Virgo is very about service to other people. It's about health. Be careful with this energy that's wanting to just full on go forward. Like I was saying, you need to be present. You need to be grounded. Quit wishing for more when you're not stable in what you already have. That's how things fall apart. If you keep wishing for more and more and you don't even have your feet on the ground, you're going to start losing things as you're gaining things, and it's not going to be the things you want to lose because you worked hard for it. You don't want that falling away because you're wishing it away without realizing it. Because, there needs to be room for other stuff to come in. How else is it going to get there without other stuff leaving? And that fairy spotting is just wanting to be everywhere in this thing. But having it combined with this earth energy and the Aries energy, it's like I was saying, see the beauty in the moment. When you feel yourself getting ahead of yourself, like you're starting to rush because you have that energy, make yourself sit and see what's beautiful right in the moment and be grateful for it. Take a breath, really get back in your body, because when your energy is that hyped up, more than likely you are not in your body and you're just going off pure adrenaline. And this really needs to be reined back in. And the only way you can really do that is being able to see the beauty in what's around you instead of waiting for the next thing. Okay. This one's actually kind of funny. Having this journey reversed here with this Aries energy and this Jupiter where the abundance is like flying away. It's like, don't rush head on into throwing away your shit. It's like that is not the journey you want here. And it's not something you would honestly be conscious of while you're doing it, because Jupiter is a very spiritual planet. This is something that you need to be tuned into. Like I was saying, you don't want to wish it away, because it's easy for you to take this journey that you don't even know you're taking and going down this route where you're just dropping shit. So definitely be aware of where you are, be present with yourself, know where you are on your journey. Don't just willy-nilly be throwing your stuff everywhere, because like I said, that's how you lose shit. Because like, you guys are in some flourishing energy. Like, out of the other groups, this is the group that's being told you're flourishing. Do not throw it away. Like, don't be ungrateful for what's already there. Like, really be happy that you have this time, that you have this energy to work towards certain things that you thought you wouldn't have time to do. Take time for yourself and those that you care about, because I don't really see relationships as a huge thing in this pile like the other piles. This is more like your own energy really like pushing you forward and you making decisions, wise decisions, guys. This Emperor reversed, this is very this is you guys really trying to control shit. Like I was saying, this is chill pill pile. This thing where you're trying to put restrictions or the way expectations, whatever it is. Like I was saying with the other group, you don't want to be in no Emperor reversed energy, because you're going to be putting your foot on top of your abundance and your like increase in abundance that's trying to come in, and you're just pretty much like putting up a wall and like throwing it off into a river somewhere, because you're deciding like, I want to control exactly how this works out for me. You're wishing for a disaster in that okay. You guys have a lot of messages that wanted to come out here. So let's see what story is happening. I'm just going to say this real quick and then I'm going to go back in the shuffling. But you guys see the truth in some things that are being offered over here, especially emotionally and new creative endeavors. And you can really see actually, literally, your wishes coming true. And having the courage and the ability to do it and actually building a really strong foundation in it. But you have to be weary of just jumping into it and creating a lot more burdens than you actually need right now, because you are going to end up throwing some of the things away that, like I was saying, that you worked very hard for, because you are not seeing the truth that is right in front of you, that you are doing this to yourself. That was a random bit of cards that wanted to jump out and just say that real quick. Okay, like I was saying, you guys and your jumping cards need to chill. This is my chill pill pile for real. Like, if the cards are doing this, I can only imagine what you guys are doing. Okay, another major arcana reversal here. I told you guys, there is a lot of power in this pile. You got Emperor reverse, now you got Moon reverse. This is some paranoia going on. Like, and coming out on this wish wisely and stargazing, you guys are paranoid about what you're creating at the same time as you're rushing into it and trying to create it. That's not breeding a lot of trust with yourself. That's just like, you know, I'm hoping for the best here, but I don't really trust it kind of energy. And then Magician reverse. Okay, guys, for real. I don't... There just needs to be a big sign about chilling on this pile. Because this starting to connect with this Aries energy and the Earth energy, this is really making me think of that square that's happening. This is like a very challenging thing for you guys, like having to sit still when you're finally feeling like you have the energy to do things. You are going to be really stifling your creative energies and what you can manifest by feeling this way. You guys are going to create better by being still, not rushing in, trying to control everything, and missing all the smaller details in life, because those are going to be the thing. Yeah, if you're hurting, then your body's trying to tell you you need to chill out. Pretty much like this pile right here. Eight of Coins reversed. It's like there's a whole lot here about just King of Coins reversed. What, like you guys are just like a line of reversals over here, because they don't want you, it's like this huge warning. Don't throw away the gifts we're giving you. Like, especially over petty stuff, I'm hearing. And as I'm saying that, Seven of Wands comes out. Don't throw it away over petty stuff. And then we have the Star reversed. Guys, you guys literally have so many freaking major arcana cards. And these are the cards that are like trusting in your ability to accomplish things, being wise, trusting your intuition and knowing that it's guiding you in the right direction, being able to materialize anything that you set your mind to, and really getting your wishes fulfilled right now. You have all these reversed because you are refusing to listen to the grounding energy, and you're being more in this petty fire energy. This is like a legit call out to you single. There isn't people here. This is like a single call out to what you're doing with your energy, because this Eight of Coins is supposed to be like this deep, like I'm saying, Virgo energy, like this attention to detail, really creating what you want, but taking your time with it, not rushing through it. And this King of Coins energy reversed. Don't rush this energy. It's a freaking tortoise. Like, why are you trying to rush a tortoise? It's not going to go any faster. But having the Seven of Wands energy, needing to be right, needing to have this Emperor energy, and just put your foot down on things, guess what? It's a complete block. Because this star, this energy for this fulfillment to come through is literally being blocked off by this petty energy of not wanting to take your time here. Like, like I keep saying, there's a lot of really good creative energy in this pile, a lot of learning, a lot of drive, but you guys need to learn to sit still with it and create in it instead of pushing forward and trying to find more things. Like, you guys need to tie up the loose ends with what you already got and be grateful for what you got instead of pushing for more, pushing for more, pushing for more. It's like, not only is it going to drain you, but it's going to drain your resources. And that is something that obviously you guys don't want, because you're working very hard at trying to maintain resources from what this looks like, but you guys are going to let it slip through your fingers by doing this. And Virgo energy is all about health too, so it might not just be money resources. It can easily be energy resources, your health, just a whole bunch of things that fall under the like whole scope of Virgo energy. As I'm saying that, we have study. This reversed here, I was telling you guys, some of you might actually benefit from looking more into things that deal with ideas that are outside of yourself. Like, this study being reversed is almost like closing your eyes to what is outside of you, especially with it coming up with the mind and stargazing and trying to be closed off with knowing what's right with the Emperor, and but still feeling like you can't trust shit. It's like you are refusing to learn more things because you don't want it to disrupt your world. You guys need to step out of that comfort zone and start learning these new things that are being brought to you right now, especially if they're like coming in the form of I don't know what I'm thinking of, but it's almost there's dreams, there might be little things, and I know this is funny because obviously I am not all about the sun sign horoscopes. But what's interesting is for some reason with this group, you guys might get little messages out of that and be able to learn how to connect different pieces just by looking at silly ones. It could help you kind of pull yourself out of your mind a little bit and realize where you might be doing things that are silly, because even those are kind of silly because they only focus on one area and they don't really take anything into account. But you could also look at sun horoscopes and use those signs as your other planets that they're in as well to see where you might be having blockages too. So that could be something that's coming through there. You guys, and the fighting the nature and the fighting the learning, and this is like my warrior group. It's like you think you are sabotaging yourself by not pushing through everything. It's like you're gonna lose it if you don't use it, like, since you're feeling it right now. And that's not the case. If you're being made to sit and rest right now, it's because you need to gain stuff back, not because it's like, oh shit, I got something, let me use it up real fast. Like, that's not this energy right here. No support. My gosh, guys, you and your reversals, I swear. And then vulnerability, the thing upright. See, you guys with this pettiness, you need to be vulnerable and honest, especially if you've been doing it to other people, that you've been doing this because you've been antsy, you've had all this adrenaline, you want to do things, and it's literally pushing against, it's like you're like trying to push a boulder through quicksand and you're sinking in it. And it's like this whole energy is realizing you're holding on to things that are not helping you, and you're feeling like, oh, I don't have any support in what I'm doing because I'm feeling like, I'm really lacking the security over here for what I need. I need. Like I was saying, like that energy is really prominent right here. And the whole thing is they're telling you allow things and be grounded, especially since nature's coming up again. It's like they want you to go outside and breathe if you can go outside. If not, they want you to huff flowers or something. Do something that might even seem silly to like kind of get your mind out of where it is right now, because right now you are putting yourself in this area where you are even pulling yourself out of your own support circle. And you're being called to be vulnerable, which obviously, I was saying you guys might be getting stuff in dreams, and we have dream talk. Even if you guys are getting stuff, you guys are like, oh, it's just a silly thing. I don't need to listen to it. Oh man, that was a nightmare. Good thing I'm awake now. It's trying to tell you shit. It's not just so you can sit here and go, oh man, that was a bad dream. Like, no, it's listen. It's listen. Like energy. You need to listen. You need to learn. You need to realize where you're doing this shit. Because this, be careful what you wish for energy, is because you guys are in this energy where you can wish for a bunch of shit. Especially if you guys like wish for shit and it happens in some really messed up ways. It's still happening right now, guys. It is still there. It is still ready and willing to come in and be really freaking weird in your shit if you're wishing for it. So be really aware of that, and just like a genie, it can come up and not be anything that you were asking for, but it still fulfills the wish. Blame coming out here. I mean, it doesn't surprise me, to be honest with you, with how these energies are. Okay, so this is feeling a little bit delusional, especially with it coming with the moon and having imagination. It's like there's a lot of mental spins going on right now, placing blame on people, blaming yourself for things, not letting things go, having an overactive imagination, as well as getting a lot of brilliant ideas out of nowhere, but then not knowing if you can trust them. It's like this back and... Oof! Hello. This is some back and forth energy with doubt, adversity, and grief. It's almost like you guys want to push into this energy, but you don't feel like you have what it takes to actually create the groundwork that's needed. And it's like you're your own worst enemy with this, because like you're trying to shove yourself through anything that blocks you, but then at the same time you don't feel like you can deal with the aftermath. And then having this grief come out with this vulnerability, it's like there are some things that you really aren't happy about right now, and you're not being vulnerable about it. You're being petty and lashing instead of like expressing how you feel about situations. If you're sad, if you're angry, express things. Don't project them. There's a big difference in expressing how you're feeling and just throwing your emotions on people. And being in this energy where you can just create things right now, and this, like I was saying, you guys aren't trusting yourself. You guys have all these reversals coming out here. And I think this is why the overactive imagination thing came here. You guys have so much mental energy, and you're thinking about the stuff you need to do, but you need to think about your health. You need to think about where you are and be realistic instead of trying to jump into things because you're like, if I think it, I can do it. Well, what's your body doing right now? Like, physically, in your body. Like, what is it doing? Are you sick? Are you okay? Have you been drinking water? Like, are you even listening to your body right now? Are you being in the moment and seeing what you're doing? Because if not, obviously you're going to be completely bypassing any of these things and not even realizing that you're suppressing your grief over a certain situation. And you're just like dumping it on people. And you're suppressing your dreams. It's like there's a lot of suppression happening here, but it's not brought on by other people. But this isn't being brought on by other people. This is something you're actually doing to yourself. So this is the group that needs to be very self-aware. You guys need to be realizing where you're sticking your energy, how you're sticking it there, and what you're doing. Like, that Seven of Wands keeps pulling me over there. There's some petty shit, and you don't need to be right about everything. And if that makes you feel vulnerable and really upset, like, you need to get to the bottom of why you feel like you always need to be right about things. Like, what kind of insecurities do you have where you feel like you always need to be right? Otherwise, things are just going to fall apart. And, like, you're fighting, like, an uphill battle. When in reality, you just need to express yourself. But definitely with this energy that you guys have, be very careful for what you wish for. It is not going to happen in a way that you're going to expect it to happen inside this energy. Since this is a year for the 2021 year, definitely this is giving you stuff to work on. This is a lot about being able to learning to listen to the body is your guys' thing. You need to learn to listen to the body when it's telling you, okay, I'm being pulled towards doing this, I can do this. Or if your body's saying, I need rest, I need nourishment, I need this certain food. It's like you need to listen to that instead of denying it, and then that'll start healing these things. The only way you're going to heal these things is by listening to your body. Because if you're only listening to the mind and you're not grounding the energy in all of this, like, just desire to do things, all these spinning mental ideas, this crazy overactive imagination energy, like, if you're not finding a way to ground it, you're going to start throwing things away. And you're really going to throw away some good shit because you just are not allowing yourself to rest a little bit and take care of yourself physically. That's what this is saying. Like, you need to rest and take care of yourself physically. Even if you were made to sit all of last year or most of last year, this is saying that you guys are at, like, the home stretch in this year where you need to start doing this. And since Virgo is being so prominently called out here, either you might have Virgo placements, or it's going to be where things start shifting when we come to Virgo season. Because if stuff like starts kicking off in Aries season, which is very soon, like in a couple months, and you're feeling like this rush that you need to do stuff, but your body is worn out and you don't listen to this, like that's going to be the test right there, I feel, for you guys. Is when that energy hits, how are you going to respond? How are you going to listen to your body? Are you going to rush off and run it ragged? Or are you going to listen? Are you going to allow yourself healing time if you need healing time? Because when Virgo season comes around, this is trying to show you and take stock, okay, what did I do? So you guys are kind of having this time between March and September to really focus body-wise and get your health in order. You can get all these ideas, you can write them down, you can even start some projects. But don't run off and leave things incomplete, or run off and do things if your body is screaming at you that it needs rest or it needs whatever. Like, you need to be in tune. And then once that happens, you can start turning these things around. But you also need to be more vulnerable with this as well. You can't just keep it to yourself and be lashing at people because they aren't understanding you and picking up your telepathic waves that you're screaming at them through your mind, or that you swear you said to them. But you have to realize your mind is very overactive right now. You might have dreamt you said it. You might have actually like had a vision that you said it, because you guys are tuned in. So you're definitely going to be getting things. So it wouldn't surprise me if you guys had deja vu and you thought, man, I expressed myself. I don't know why this person isn't getting it. Make sure you ask the person if you've talked to them about it before assuming that you've talked about it. Because this is that kind of energy where if you start assuming things, it can really backfire on you. So definitely for this group, it is a lot about self-work. I don't see as many outside influences as I did with the other piles. You guys are mainly just harnessing your own energy and learning how to take care of yourselves is what this is. So let's see what fluorite has for us. So it absorbs and neutralizes negative energy and stress. Excellent learning aid. Okay, we literally have the study card in reverse. Okay, you guys are being told you need to sit back and learn some things. Increases our powers of concentration, self-confidence, and helps us in decision making. Encourages positivity, balances energies, improves balance and coordination both mentally and physically. So we're going to start bringing up some physical shit in here. It's highly protective and stabilizing, useful for grounding and harmonizing spiritual energy. It helps with working with the upper chakras, increases intuitive abilities. Like I told you guys are heightened right now. Helps develop spiritual connection. Let's see. See if there's any more here before. It's known as the Genius Stone. Magic mind clearer, cutting through confusion so your true aptitude can shine. joy, soft calm, deeper sleep. I like how there's deeper sleep when we have dream talk here reversed. Like, you guys need some better sleep. And a whole host of other physical, emotional, and metaphysical benefits. Quit popping up because I cannot see anything. Let's see. It's all about establishing balance, joy, and harmony. And since this one actually has purple and green, it actually is for both heart and the upper chakras. So a lot of you, with this healing you're doing by taking care of your body, you're also healing your heart chakra. And it helps you shake off addictive behaviors. But yeah, that's what I am seeing here for my fluorites. So this is where I'm going to stop today and go ahead and let you guys know I'm going to do something special for Wednesday. I'm going to be doing a live where we go over yods, or the finger of God, in birth charts, as well as inconjuncts as well, because yods are made of inconjuncts. So that way, even if you don't have one, you can kind of understand the energy, because I feel also when you come in contact with people that have yods, you're in their life for a specific reason, and usually they're going to be teaching you a lot of lessons while you're in their life with them. So understanding how yods can impact a person, as well as, if you have one, understanding yourself, is something that I want to do, because I've been seeing so many questions about them. And I mean, I have one myself that is freaking aspected by every freaking thing in my chart that I realize. So we are going to talk about those things, see how you can work with them, since it is a huge pull towards things that you have to do. So we'll go over all that. But I'm going to go ahead and get off of here for today. I will be back tomorrow. We'll do a daily transit. We will also be doing a collective reading. I am thinking about doing a in-depth collective for 2021, like how we had the pick a card for it, to see if there's certain overarching energies that's going to be affecting us collectively for the year that are very important, that we should be aware of. So I will see you guys tomorrow. If you haven't followed, I mean, there's a lot of places you can follow me, but if you haven't joined Discord, make sure to join that. It's free. I'm going to be starting to teach courses there. Those are paid courses. We're going to those, but it's going to be both astrology and numerology. And also, I don't even know if I added it to my thing, but I have a TikTok that I do random shit on now. But I got like a whole bunch of crap. But I will see you guys tomorrow, and we'll go over some things. And I hope you all have a great night, and take care of yourselves. If you were part of the fluorite pile, start listening to your body. Because believe me, you are not going to want to ignore it right now. But yeah. Oh, a yod is, when you look into a chart, there is a point that occurs with two green lines. Those are the inconjuncts that come and point to one planet, like both of them come together on one planet. Then that is a yod. So, well, I'm glad you're listening to your body. But it literally will, you'll see the green lines in your chart, and if they come together and literally form an arrow pointing to one thing, then that is a yod. You can have multiple yods, but that's what it actually looks like in a chart. And I'll show those on Wednesday too, what one looks like as well. But yeah, take care of yourselves, and I will see you guys tomorrow. So, good night. Bye, Sarah. You didn't say hi. I just joined. Good night. You too, hun. I'll see you guys tomorrow.